Let's go, Alan. Great to see you back in Power Slap. You're going to get a second opportunity at Luke Simonds Power Slap number 13 on June 27th. I see you smiling ear to ear. I'm sure when Erica called you, you were incredibly excited. So tell me, are you going to make the most of this opportunity?
Oh, hell yeah. You know it. I mean, how many handouts do they have to give Luke Simonds, before they reach out to the Kryptonian? I guess, they found out that he's not that interesting, and they really needed somebody to at least bring the thunder, bring the rain. And, of course, who do they call? Alan Cody Klingbeil, the Kryptonian. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm going to make the most of it. There's some exciting news that's going to be released later. I think you're going to be a part of that release. So I don't want to give too much away. But, hey, guess what? Luke Simonds, I'd like to preface with this. If the Lord so wills, right? Anything in life, if the Lord so wills. But I'm going to knock your ass out, bro. You keep talking about you're going to knock me out. Not today, son. I cannot wait. Split decision. 2 of the judges had me winning. You didn't even put me on the ground. You didn't move me out of the box. I moved you out of the box. I wasn't at my top game. You know what? I'm coming for you. Good luck, mother.
Awesome, man. I mean, last time we seen you in Power Slap was that fight against Luke. It's been over a year now. Are you worried about any ring rust whatsoever?
I mean, you're always worried about that, right? It doesn't matter if it's 3 months or if it's a year, I feel like. So the last time I had a big gap was about 8.5 months to 9 months. I came back, I won. I had more of a chin, I felt like. So I think I probably come out on top here with at least having not competed. I'm probably going to be a little bit more well-rested. My brain's going to be a little bit better. We're talking about Luke Simonds, so that's not hard to believe. But yeah, anyway, should be good to go.
Yeah, I mean, Luke's had 4 matches in the past year, sitting with a 4-0 record. How good would it be to give him the first loss?
I look forward to it. Absolutely. I cannot wait.
Awesome. How do you see that night going? Give me a round by round kind of synopsis.
Well, I guess it depends on who gets the first strike. I really don't know if he's going first or not yet. I haven't gotten that information. So do you happen to know? Or
I do not know at this moment, unfortunately.
Damn it. I hope they give me the first hit. I really want... I know I could do some hardcore damage if they allow me to do that first hit. I think I can put him on his butt at least, first go around. And if not, I can at least shake the crap out of him. So if I get that first hit, I think that'll happen. If they give him the first hit, I think he'll club the hell out of me like he did last time because he was afraid to lose. And that'll shake me a little bit up in that first round. So I'll deliver either a knockout or, kind of a similar situation. It'll rattle him pretty hard. If I have myself winning in the second or third round, I'm going to be honest with you. So if it's not a first round knockout, let's just go graciously. I'll give him the third round. Yeah.
Awesome. I like you being modest. You're just saying it's not going to go to the judge's decision. I had the opportunity to interview Luke earlier, and he brought something to my attention that I thought was interesting. So you had an interview with Jeeves in the high limits room of Fontainebleau, and you said to Jeeves post Power Slap that you were changing up your strike. And I guess it looked like you were, showing it off. So Luke noticed that part. Believe it or not, he actually watches Slap News and he's a Slap News fan. How much is that strike going to be different? Because he seems to think it will be.
I think the blessing that I have is I came in when this was such a new sport, right? And one of the things that we did was really experiment with slaps. And I know it sounds so silly to anybody who's watching it. They're like, oh, how hard could it be? It's like, well, as time has proven, there are so many different ways that you can actually deliver the strike. Like if you look at Damien DeBell, he's got a hell of a strike. It has this weird arc to it. It's a beautiful strike. I mean, you look at Wolverine, he has more of a flat, like a pure flat hand, and he does this weird sort of thing where he does that. And you've really seen some characters in that. I feel like the new guys benefited from that to some degree, but also they didn't have that experimental creative drive that we had to have in the beginning, where it was like, okay, I can either do this in the most basic way possible, which isn't working, or I can come up with some different way to do this where I deliver more power, or I deliver some sort of unique way that is a little bit faster, or it arcs over this way, or whatever else, right? We all had that drive. And I feel like these guys, when I look at their profiles and I'm watching them train and stuff, I don't really see them actually like trying to change their game per se. They get to benefit from some of the arsenal that we have, but so I say all this to preface with the fact that, yeah, Do I have something different in my up my sleeve? 100%. Am I going to get rid of everything else? No way, man. Not at
Mm-hmm.
all. So it's all part of
Yeah,
the strategy. So
I hear you. For the casual slop fan, why should they turn on their TV or come on down to Fontainebleau to watch yourself take on Luke Simonds for the second time?
well, I'll say this: the best thing you could do is probably go back and watch our first match, and you know, obviously you'll probably agree that I won that match. It's whatever, split decision. So we'll never know. The judges gave it to him, so congrats to him. But if you watch that match, and if you know what, let's just say you're not going to take the time to watch that match. Guess what? If you go in person and you watch this thing, you will be so addicted to wanting to come to those matches in person that even if you can't, you'll want to turn on that TV because there's just something unique, exciting. The show is there. There's an anticipation of what's going to happen, but you never know. It's like gambling at the end of the day. It's like, oh, you have odds of this thing happening, but you just don't know, you know? So it's you would think that it's not as entertaining as the UFC or an NFL game, but I promise you, you start watching this stuff and you actually get into it and you understand the rules. There's a real rule set here. You'll be a big fan. I promise you. It's very exciting. You're going to see me. You're going to see me go up against, you know, I don't know, a crunk of a figure, and you're going to really enjoy the hilarity of it. It's going to be more entertaining than the WWE or shoot, I don't know. You're just going to love it. That we'll leave it at that. So
Awesome. Awesome. I mean, there is nothing like watching it live. I can second you on that one. What's your relationship like with, Luke right now? Is it respectful? Is there kind of some animosity? How do you kind of see this going into fight week, leading into the weigh-ins, the face-offs, and ultimately up there on stage on June 27th?
I have a mutual respect for Luke. I think we're both believers in Christ. We've both talked to each other. We both encourage each other behind the scenes when we're not competing. But hey, at the end of the day, we're two enemies right now. He's my competitor. I need to win. He needs to win. And there is just nothing but bad blood between us up until the time that the match happens. Once it's over, we can shake hands and be friends. But up until then, he's my arch nemesis, and I intend to put him out for as long as possible. So.
Love it, my man. One last one for me. If Luke Simonds watching this interview, what do you want to say to him?
Luke, I hope you're training hard, man. I want to throw it out there. I don't feel like you are. So I just want to challenge you to this. When you get up there on the stage, I hope you bring every single hour of training that you can between now and then, because I'm going to be training hard, and I have been training hard. And, I'm one of the best. You had a lucky night that one time with me. It's not going to happen again. So if you're paying attention right now, you better bring something way better than you did last time. Otherwise, I'm going to put you on your ass.
Awesome, man. Look forward to seeing you once again in Las Vegas. Hopefully we can have you out as part of the Leaf trading card trade night on the Wednesday, as well as the tailgate party on the Thursday, and then live in the flesh up there at the table taking on Luke. Come that Friday night, because as you alluded to, there is nothing better than being there live in the building for Power Slap. Take care, my man. Travel safe.
Yes, sir.